This made me angry a little bit. Not really, but I just thought it was lame. Can we play this for you? Jay Williams, ESPN. This was the whole, when Draymond acts up, you blame the better player because he's not showing leadership. Listen to what Jay said on ESPN.
I'm getting texts from people that I really value their decision, right? High-level people. And what these texts are reading is, well, how about the leadership of Stephen Curry? That's where these conversations are going. And in my brain, right, processing information, Molly.
Wait, what do you mean? How about the leadership of Stephen Curry? They're calling Steph out?
Yes.
Oh.
Right? For him not controlling Draymond. So in my brain, the way I process is that is because I know Steph. I spent time around Steph. We were talking about this during Get Up. We wish we could have a camcorder in Steph's car, right?
Yeah.
Like all the things that Steph would be saying to his wife and how he's frustrated about it because he's one of the most competitive dudes you'll ever meet.
No doubt.
Draymond Green is diminishing the ultimate legacy of how people are looking at the leadership of Stephen Curry.
Weak freaking sauce. Here's why. You can always tell when somebody wants to just tiptoe into the room and drop their opinion in a little form of a big old fireball and then run out of the room because they'll use this intro. I've heard from other people. Golly, Jay.
Right.
No. What do you think? In fact, this happened. Do you remember when Stephen A. and Jay Williams got into it with each other on First Take?
Yeah.
They got into it with each other big time because Stephen A. kept looking at Jay and going, stop telling us what you're hearing and tell us what you think. So, Jay, put your freaking name on it.
Herm Edwards.
Do you want to say that you're questioning Steph's leadership? Or do you want to tell us what's happening on your phone? Because I can really give a rip what's happening on your phone by unnamed people. I could tell you all kinds of things that I get texts about.
Right.
Some of them are from my drunk friends. It totally irrelevant. Thank you, Mark. Totally irrelevant. Do not go on national TV and say, well, out in the ethos, there are unnamed ghosts who think that Steph's a bad leader. Weak sauce. That was so weenie.
Well,
dude, say it. Say it or don't say it. And then when you actually say it and say that Steph's failing because he's not, quote, controlling Draymond Green.
Right.
Do you want to know what bad leaders do? They control the people around them. That's not leadership either. Everything about that was just poorly constructed.
Well, you're on an opinion show, and he doesn't have the Constitution to step up and put his name on it. And so he hides behind unnamed sources, and these sources are other NBA players who think that it's bad leadership. And so as a leader, you're supposed to control. Draymond Green. And is he also supposed to control Andrew Wiggins' effort? So when Andrew Wiggins doesn't really try some nights, that's a leadership issue. And when Kevon Looney is unable to finish at the rim because physically he's not the player he used to be, is that also a leadership issue? What exactly is leadership in the NBA? So he's supposed to control Draymond Green. He's supposed to walk over to Draymond and go, Draymond, you know I'm the leader of this team. Put his arm around him and say, Draymond, you need to calm down. I'm the leader. And if you ask Steve Kerr, which we did, he said, yes, Steph was right there next to him, patting him on the back and saying, Draymond, look, enough. Let's go. Let's go. Steph Curry was actually doing exactly what Jay Williams accused him of not doing. And yet Draymond didn't stop anyway. So is that on Steph? Because Draymond wouldn't stop? It's ridiculous.
Kobe Bryant, good leader?
Probably not.
I would answer at times.
Yeah, I never played for him, but
right, but certain personalities, and
he led by example. Like his leadership was, I'm here at 3 a.m.
No, he led by more than example. He undressed dudes.
Yeah.
He made Dwight Howard cry.
Wow.
And that's on Dwight, I'm sure. But look at how many people Kobe Bryant tried to make his kind of underlings in a championship form. Shaq was largely the one for the first set of championships there. After that, I count like two people who really were like, love playing under Kobe. I get my role, and I'm really effective with it. Pau Gasol, Derek Fisher, maybe, but I can count more people who he made cry than people who fit well as a good teammate. So is he a good leader? I love the videos that are on Instagram now. All that. He was amazing. But his leadership style was not for everyone. And,
exactly.
And I'd argue that that's always the case. Steph Curry's leadership style is not for everyone. Control Draymond Green? Dude, if that's your assignment, do you know how many people on the planet could even do that?
There's one.
Himself?
Tom Izzo.
Tom Izzo. Good answer.
That would be, I've had this conversation, it might have been with our boss or somebody else who said, yeah, Izzo. And I thought, you're right, but that's now 15 years ago. So if Tom was on the staff now, would Draymond, geez, I got Coach Izzo here. I'm not going to get 4 Ts this month, which is what he's gotten. I was just looking at the list of Ts. He got 1 against Milwaukee first quarter. He got 1 against Memphis in the little imbroglio where you said he showed great restraint, and he kind of did. That thing could have escalated quickly. And then he got the 2 the other night. So Draymond's back. He's back to the old technical foul, getting Draymond Green.
I'll give you one more name. Bob Myers.
Yeah, good call.
And I think it has probably been under-discussed that the year after Bob Myers left, look what's happened. That was the guy. Every time it went sideways, that was the guy. That was the guy that got Draymond back on track.
Even in the middle of a game.
And we worried about this when Bob left, and then it sort of just left our brain, and it's like, look what happened. Bob left, and Draymond can't stay on the court. He's missed over a third of the season.
Yeah.
And it's all because, none of it's because of injury. Missed a game or 2 because of his back.
The first 2 he missed because of the back, and then he was suspended for 5, came back for 6, and then missed 15. I mean,
doesn't have his guy.
Right.
Doesn't have his guy. Let's go to Brian in Hayward. Hey, Brian, thanks for calling Willie and Dibby. What are you doing?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I like Willie and Dibby. I like that name.
Yeah.
So I just heard what Jay Williams said, and I can't think of how many times I forgot about that guy. I mean, talk about not living up to being a number 2 pick or whatever he was. I think he was after Yao and then Dunleavy that year for us. But as I digress, he's in the same boat as Monte Ellis. Didn't this guy, do something really dumb off the court, like drive a motorcycle against his contract? Kind of like Monte in the moped. I mean, I can't listen to
there was something. I don't remember all the details.
I'm not taking personal shots at the guy, but he should have left Steph alone. Like, who does he think he is talking about Steph like that? I mean, this guy was a physical specimen, and he blew it. He was great. He was great in college. He blew it. He should never criticize anything anybody does. Well, I'm sorry. I love Steph, and I've always protected Draymond despite his actions and words and attitude, but I won't stand for something like that.
Brian, can we talk that out a little bit though? Because I'm sitting here listening to you and I want to be like, yeah, take that. But here's me and Dan Dibley sharing our opinion about Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, and who the hell are we? Good Lord. Whoa. You know what I mean? No, honestly.
We're talking heads. So we got microphones.
Jay Williams, so he didn't live up to his hype, but I always get a little uncomfortable when we do that, where it's like you're not allowed to have an opinion because you're not Steph Curry. It's like, well, then no one can say anything about Steph Curry or any of these guys. So, Brian, it's not that I disagree with you. I'm not trying to take Jay Williams' credibility away from him. I'm simply stating that if he's got an opinion, dude, own it. Own it. Have the guts to own it rather than saying, I've gotten texts in the cloud. It's on my iCloud, and it's people, and they're high-level people. They're big people now. These are great people.
Yeah.
All the people. I know all the people, and I've got all the words, and they say that Steph Curry's a bad leader. You can tell what I'm saying right now. You know the process that people use to do this. It's a lame excuse and a cowardly way to go about sharing your opinion, which is to put something out in the world, but sort of couch it as someone else's, not mine.
Yeah, you're right. I was more perturbed at him taking shots at Steph's leadership when he's supposed to be the leader on his team when he was playing, and he went off and did something not smart himself. Steph Curry's lack of ability to quote-unquote control Draymond Green, I don't consider that a lack of leadership. I consider that something unrelated. In fact, if anything, I respect Steph Curry for keeping his reputation consistent in terms of, hey, he's not a crazy guy. He's not over the top. He's very cool-headed and lovable. And when you start to take sides, people have an opinion about you, and that love starts to get lost. So I agree with you folks. I really do feel what you're saying. I mean, everybody's entitled to an opinion. I just can't take a guy seriously who did something so against what a natural leader would do, and then he wants to take shots at Steph.
Well, I get it. It was just a motorcycle accident. I mean, the guy had an accident.
Well, no, wasn't there something with the am I thinking of, thanks, Brian.
Jay Williams, highly drafted out of Duke.
No, I know who he is.
Yeah, career ended with a motorcycle crash. Near death. I don't think that there was anything, that's what he's referring to. I don't think that there was anything more to it than that.
I'm gonna just.
He might have been speeding on the motorcycle.
I'm gonna like there was something nefarious about it. I thought I could
not wearing a helmet.
No, I mean no. Yeah.
Fractured pelvis.
I thought there was something.
Severed main nerve.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different event.
Three torn ligaments.
There was something though. There was something. There was some investigation at least. Something. I can't place it.
I'm just scanning scanning the wiki.
Again, if you're on Wikipedia, then never mind.
No, it's become as factual as TMZ. Wikipedia is.
Oh no, I don't. That's not true.
Wikipedia is pretty accurate.
Can you still just go in there and change it?
Don't even get me started because one of the funniest shows I've ever done.
Go in there and change it.
We did a show, Jolo and Dibs, and the listeners. We were talking about Lo Neal's Wikipedia, and so Lo opened his own page, and all the listeners start changing it in real time. Next thing you know, Lo's from Baja, California, and Lo is legitimately getting angry. Come to find out, 4 months later, he gets nominated for the Hall of Fame. He is listed as from Baja, California.
Baja. Oh my God, it's so good.
So yes, you can still edit people's wiki. Yes.
All right. Well then, no, it's not as good as TMZ because as annoying as TMZ is, TMZ's kind of on it.
I'm not seeing anything nefarious on his wiki.
Yeah,
maybe he had it scrubbed.
It could be. I could be totally off on that.
Yeah.
All right. The Warrior game's a little bit over an hour away. We're marching toward it. Let's do Will and Pinole. Hi, Will. What are you doing?
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's
up? I was
up?
watching that game the other night, and as Steph was running down the tunnel to the waiting arms of Draymond, I had this sensation that
nice job.
Cha-ching! The look on Draymond's face with the open arms was, and there weren't any words said, but I had this feeling that it was, Steph, are we still good? Do you still have my back? And it was more of an urgency thing at this point in the season, knowing that Steph is one visit to the front office away from ending Draymond's career as a Warrior, maybe not now, but down the road. And I think he felt the urgency the other night, even more than he did, with the when he made the contact and he had the suspension. He knows this is the end of the season. He knows that this is where it all counts. And my feeling is, I don't even think he would have done that podcast if he would have got a negative vibe from Steph, either in the tunnel or in the locker room. We'll never know that. But that was just my feeling. It was just kind of like if you could read his mind at the time.
Yeah, I
think you're giving him too much credit for the podcast thing.
Well, thanks. I just don't know. I don't know how to read any of that stuff. I hesitate to go, oh gosh, did you see the way that they shook hands on the way to the locker room? That means this. I am struck when things really hit us in the face. And I think there are two things from that game that really, really stand out. And that is that Steph Curry appeared to cry, and Steve Kerr, the very next day after a night of sleep, used the word unforgivable.
And I would add the third one would be the Steph Curry tweet, his first tweet in a week.
Yep.
I never take these for granted. 4 pictures, none including Draymond, all involving just a Wednesday night game against Orlando. And he doesn't take these for granted. So for me, that's a third piece of, and you like to call breadcrumbs, this is a bread crust.
I do not disagree.
It's a loaf.
I just feel like the first two are like neon flashing signs.
Right.
You know, there are more. There's no doubt.
I do think that the tweet is...
It's big.
I mean, because he doesn't tweet a lot.
Nope.
He's not big on the socials other than for his causes and the occasional tweet that had some impact.
And don't forget, like, I know a lot of times whenever we do, this guy did this on social media, and people go, oh, my God, you're really going to have a conversation on the air based on one guy's IG story or something like that? And I'm like, yeah. Have you not gathered that that's where today's athlete or just person, that's where today's people go when they've got pent-up emotions about something and they want to spit it out, usually without going to cause a fight or whatever. You know, that's where Debo goes.
Right.
When he wants a new contract, it's where Brandon Ayuk goes.
It's where an athlete controls the message.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a question or a press conference or anything. You get to just put